Good morning. I'm very good speaking English. So you understand well my language. Perhaps uh, it is first time to hear about this English. Uh, so we today actually we are going to introduce Buddhism. So you all so welcome. Uh, we have this golden opportunity to practice together. Uh, yeah, because actually this is 21st century, so everybody busy. Uh, so it is not easy to take time to practice Buddhism or Buddha Dharma. Uh, but we have this opportunity to practice Dharma. The practice means perhaps you think the practice means always stay in the cave or stay in some hut to sit meditate. If you think, perhaps you think that the practice means like that, but not always like that. Practice means listening teachings and giving teachings, and also then meditate and do retreat and practice kind of this any everything are including practice. But we need to know how to practice and what is the Buddhism. Those things are very important. If we do not know what is the Buddhism and then how to practice, and then it's literally difficult to accomplish successfully. So that's where today I am trying to introduce Buddhism. Okay? So the Buddhism is one religion, and Shakyamuni Buddha who created Buddhism 2,600 years ago, who was king in this world, who was rebirth, who Buddha birth, reborn, who was born, in India, right? Yes. Then he is a prince. His father is king, and mother is queen, and then his father is a famous king. So uh, he has power, he has economic has lots of how to say. In order to he has power, great power. So then Buddha, he was grow. Since that time, actually, his mind is a little bit special. Uh, his mind is special because he don't like to harm others' life. He love to protect others' life. Uh, Also, he love to he like to respect to others, and then he is intelligent, and yeah, kind of since he was a child, he has these qualities. And then, but his father's wish or plan, Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, uh, that time he is not Buddha, but his father would like to put his son on his stage. His stage means king instead of him. His father is king. And then his father wished, the his father wished the Buddha Shakyamuni have lots of knowledge about how to fight and how to kill others, and how to challenge to others. His wish or plan is like that. But Buddha is his kind of nature of mind or his quality in order to his quality or behavior is not like that. It's opposite as his father. Then Buddha, he has lots of interesting to learn about some, himself. He has lots of interesting to analyze. If he found something, what is this? How comes like this? He analyzes. He has this interest. He don't like to know about war is WAR, war, and in order to he don't like to about the harmful activities. But then his uncle's son, he is little bit elder brother of Buddha. So then also his uncle and uncle's wife, they are totally jealous. Why? Because they wish their son will be king. If Buddha Shakyamuni became king, then their son has no this opportunity. That's where directly or indirectly they destroy it. They try to some lost the opportunity of king. The Buddha Shakyamuni, the opportunity. They try to remove the opportunity of king. Understand? Oh, thank you. So we learn from those sufferings. That is very important. In our life, they're not always perfect, but not always kind of bad situations. So when we are suffering or we have some uncomfortable situations, We have to learn from these situations. That's very important. But first, let me finish about this Buddha story a little bit, briefly. Okay. So growing, he has no interest in to sit the chair of his king. He don't like to be king. So through this, in order to he get a lot of suffering when he was kingdom. But then, for that reason, then one day he ran out outside. So he went to the forest. For what? He said, "Oh, if we have power, we have economic, and we have friends, we have everything, but still suffering. We cannot remove those suffering. So then why? Why still suffer?" So that's why then he loved. He liked to get some answers. That's why he went to the forest. He went to the forest many years, and he met many teachers. He met many teachers, and they teach a different way of practice. Some of them, okay. So then for that reason, Buddha did hardly practice. But finally, then he uh, went to himself, and through this way, then for reasons of his already practice, and also his what to say, the knowledge, awareness, awareness. Uh, oh, it does not. Oh, not all. Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. So then he accomplished his practice, and then this, I don't know, maybe this is his omniscient, the omniscient blossomed from his mind. Understood? His omniscience was or is maybe it's blossomed from his mind. So that's where then he knows what is right and what's wrong. And then, uh, in order to, I try to easily understand for you. So he received omniscience. He received the omniscience, and then he recognized what is right and what's wrong. And then in order to he got answer why he is suffering, why lots of people and all of this, all of this, lots of living beings are suffering. Why? Then he understood. He understood the karma. And especially there's another thing is, okay, if we do good, result is good. If we do bad, result is bad. That is the kind of the natural. Then another his understanding is the if we do bad, we did bad things, and can we purify them? Can we confess them or not? Then he understands, oh, if we did some wrong things, then we can purify them. And then if we did good things, then we have some another special result or not. Those things he understood. Oh, if we did good things, then we have good results. If we did bad things, bad results. And we have the opportunity to liberate from the suffering. Totally liberate from suffering. So he found that these information. He received the omniscience, the omniscience not comes from somewhere. Omniscience not comes from somewhere. Omniscience is only from the mind. That's why I say omniscience blossoms from his mind. For example, we say the flower blossoms. The blossom is not comes from somewhere, right? Just first the flower is like this, and then blossoms like this. And then he started to teach. He started to teach Buddhism. That is called Buddhism. Or in Sanskrit and in English we use Buddha Dharma. And then what is Dharma? Later I will tell you. But then first I keep going continuously. So he teach Buddha Dharma, Buddhism to the 5 students. And that moment, of course, there's no book. At that moment, there's no kind of the Dharma facilities, but he just teach in the forest. And then, through this way, Buddhism is flourished around the world, particularly in Tibet. So in this his teachings has 2 subjects. This is what we will practice. What we are practicing is okay. One is the Mahayana and the Vajrayana. What we have in Tibet right now. So I'm from Tibet. So I know a little bit about the Tibetan Buddha Dharma. So I need to introduce all there, right? So what exists in Tibet is 2 kinds of Buddha's teaching. One is Mahayana, teachings of Mahayana, another is Vajrayana. These 2. And then I go back a little bit on there. What is the Buddha Dharma? Buddha Dharma is, if I try to explain simply, Buddha Dharma means Dharma means change. Change. Do we change physically or do we change internally? First, we need to change internally, and then externally, perhaps automatically will change. Perhaps a little bit can do change. Change external, it's not enough, because our mind is king. So mind order to our body and our speech. Then we act. That's where we need to know our mind is king. After we understood our mind is king, then we try to change that. That's where Dharma is changed mind. Change from where? Change from emotions. We all have, not only over these people, all majority of human beings have emotions. Those emotions are what? Attachment, anger, and jealous, arrogance, ignorance, self-grasping, envy, maybe. Kind of these emotions. These emotions are exist in our mind. These emotions are in the mind. Since from that time, then we say, "Oh, I don't want to suffering," but suffer always suffer. We say, "Oh, we need happiness, happiness," but happiness always run away. So that's where these emotions we want to change from these emotions. So in Vajrayana and the Mahayana, I already told you, the Vajrayana teachings of Vajrayana, they tell us, it tell us how to purify, kind of how to kick out those emotions. They show us this subject teach us how to purify them. And in Vajrayana teachings teach us the how to dissolve these emotions. So there's two methods. According to these two methods, this life, this moment, this day, we have the opportunity to liberate from suffering. We, we have opportunity to take the name of Buddha. Buddha means, what is Buddha? Buddha means genuine happiness. Genuine, genuine happiness. Never suffer. So we have this opportunity. So we say Buddha Shakyamuni, 2600 years ago he became Buddha. We may not. We just wish, we just pray, we just do something. Actually, we start to practice, do little practices, so very good, it's very important, but we need to know if you are Buddhist. Actually, you are non-Buddhist, still doesn't matter. You have mind, and you have this opportunity. We equally have this opportunity. Whether you are a man or woman, whether you are old or young, whether doesn't matter. Everybody equally we have this opportunity. Only it is still with you take this opportunity or not. So through this, the Yogi Malarepa, we call this Malarepa, they enlightened already through this practice. So today, the Buddhism is still exist, and then we can say, oh, this is Tibetan Buddhism. This is Indian Buddhism. This is that Buddhism. We just say like that. We can say, but most people use like that. Sometimes I use like that. But Buddhism is for everybody, not only Tibetans, not only Indians, for example. Where it comes from is from India, we can say that. And where nature has Buddha nature, everybody has Buddha nature, and everybody who practice on there, everybody this opportunity to liberate from this suffering. So that's where the Buddhism is for everyone. Everybody, right? Everybody. And then then when we introduce Buddhism, especially there's one stanza. This is very important. So today I am going to introduce on there. But I can't translate that. So translator helped me. The Dikpa Jyam Mazash. Do not commit any wrong. Gyam Pasum Soparchi. or perfectly virtuous, or perfectly practice virtue, and the rang sen yongsundor, tame your mind, right? This is the Buddhism, right? Then the Sanje Timba. So this is the we all need to know today. You came here from Prescott, Chinovale, or somewhere. So you spend money for your guests. You spend your time. So you come here, you need some result. When you go back, I can offer you some money, but please let you take this one stanza. Do I want to repeat again? Or you understood? Maybe you understood, right? Thank you. This you take this stanza with you, and then you can meditate with this, and you can learn from them, uh, or you uh, can in order to you can use whenever. So these what is these non-virtues? Non-virtues is actually from your physically and mentally and by speech. Then, yeah, just I tell you, start from the speech. The harmful word, harsh words is actually not a weapon, but it's cut the other's mind, other's heart. So that's why if people use single harsh word to you, how about this? So learning through this way, and don't use any harsh word to others. So this is if you stop to use harsh word others directly and indirectly, then this is a virtues. Virtues means like that. Non-virtues. Non-virtues means you use harsh word to others. So sometimes you need to do something, you use wisdom. So you use your wisdom. Wisdom is not just like a clever. Think carefully and then solve those problems. No need to use any harsh words. Actually, harsh words comes from bad mind and from angry emotion and so on. That's where the by the speech use sweet words. If you cannot use sweet words, but use some pretty good words, vocabularies. Don't use harsh words. So it's very easy, right? And then by the physically, if you can help others, you do it, but don't harm others. And, I believe you do not do like that. For example, you see dog, you see cats, you see cow, and antelopes, and deer and horse. When you see, if you can help them, you do it. For example, right now we use the birth list. Later I offer you. On this birth list, we have mantra, Sanskrit. We call the liberation by sight, right? Or seeing liberation. You help means you don't want to catch them and feed something. Not like that. It's impossible. Maybe deer, you cannot catch them, or you cannot give them water directly. No problem. You just do show those mantras. Show means not always in very close of them eyes, their eyes. Just if they way of their see looking, they see, or if you can chant some mantras, then that is you how to help them. And then the Even though if in summary we work, if you are walking on the ground, you see many ants. If you step on the ants, then you kill lots of ants. They did not harm anything with us, but we do like that sometimes, act without thinkingly. So since you know this stanza, then you should careful about this. If you have time to go round, just you do them like this. If you are so busy, then you can jump over there. So that's where uh, don't harm to others' life. This is what we can do, and if we do that, that is a virtues physically. And if you go, you see lots of ants there, and then you go around of there or you jump over there, that is your virtues. So that's where in uh, Buddhist saying the virtues is just way of the work. Non-virtues is the way of the speech. We rumors, criticize, harsh words. They are just we take some breakfast. We just criticize to someone. This is non-virtues, or during the dinner or lunch, or just cup of tea during the drink tea, or some ways. We try, in order to we try to reduce those harsh words. Okay, and then in the mind, I already told you, the mind is like a king. You have to keep happiness in your mind. For you all, actually, you have a great karma. Really, I always rejoice. Uh, because you have lots of good facilities. You have lots of good opportunities. So basically, you have a great karma. And on there, then you keep going on this way. Really. Keep going this way means do you keep happy in the mind. Satisfaction is very important. Satisfaction or contentment. This is the cause of happiness actually in daily life. What you have, do satisfy with this. Do contentment. If you have one car, then you keep happy with this. If you have $1,000, you keep happy with this. And then you get another 1,000, or if you get another, you will get another car. Still, you can use that, of course. So keep happy usually in the mind. If your mind is unhappy, then in order to, it's so hard really. It's not easy to do virtues. In the mind, in scientifically, logically, and bad experience. If your mind is happy, that moment really you are like a god. When our mind is unhappy, that means then we are like a ghost. So that's where most of times try to keep happiness in the mind. In this world, I have a lot of religion, lots of methods. They are for the sake of happiness. That's where right now what we have, we satisfy with them and then keep happiness. That's very important. And in order to, in the mind, you keep happy, especially you need one thing. That is we call the bodhicitta. Have you heard before that word? May not. I think loving kindness, right? Loving kindness, love. So already I say, today I did not go by rules and regulations. I jump in. So I jump back, how to say, I go back. Already I say there's two teachings, spiritual teachings. This is Mahayana and Vajrayana, right? In the actually the both teachings has that, especially in the Mahayana teachings, there's a bodhicitta, loving kindness. That is the soul of that teaching. So we need that. Loving kindness and compassion. So first, loving kindness. We need to love all of living beings, all of mother sentient beings. Usually we say mother sentient beings, but due to your individual experience, due to the individual connection with your mother, then you have a child. All of the children sentient beings, all of mother sentient beings. Actually, in the Buddha's teaching has all of mother sentient beings. Most, if we're talking about the majorities, most of mothers take care to the baby. We are grow up from mother. If there's no mother, then we are impossible to alive, impossible to take human life. So mothers take care their children or child. For example, cow. The female cow give birth. They are so much suffering. They sit down and stand up, sit down, finally through their suffering, they give birth. But they can't eat grass. But after they gave birth, baby, and then they use their tongue and lick on the baby. That is the power of the love. Mother loves children. Similar, we need to love all mother sentient beings. Mother sentient beings are such a grateful. We are such a grateful mother sentient beings. Maybe. ngaco simjin tamje ngaco kaden chimoro. Sentient beings are kind to us. For example, today I come here. Now I am talk. So this is because of you. If you are not here, then I have no opportunity to teach this. So you all pay attention for this matter. You are so kind to me. Really. So similar, we practice bodhicitta. We need to think all mother sentient beings and all children sentient beings. Without them, we have no opportunity to practice bodhicitta. So bodhicitta is loving kindness. We need to love all sentient beings. And we do good wish to them. May they liberate from suffering as soon as, or momentarily, or right now. Really, we need to think like that. If we become Mahayana practitioners, then our minds become great and great. Our mind is bigger than this earth. Our mind is become very, how to say, light. Light, right? Our mind is become warm more than this sun. This sun give us warm only daytime, especially this moment. But if we have bodhicitta, then we can give warmth forever. For example, Buddha Shakyamuni, he practiced bodhicitta, loving kindness, 600 years ago. whole distance between 600 years ago and till now. But still, his Dharma, his teachings exist. The power of his loving kindness is a benefit with us. Still, we have a benefit. So that's where we give the practice loving kindness. Sometimes, oh, they need happiness for that reasons. We need to give, we need to help them. Or sometimes, oh, I need happiness. Same. What is different, honestly? If I need happiness, right now it's scientifically or logically or by the experience, I need happiness. No, I need happiness. Okay, I need happiness, then you need or not? You need, right? Learning from myself. If I need happiness, definitely you need that. Who can say, oh, I need happiness, you no need? This, but one object, only one object can say that. I need happiness, they no need happiness. Who can say that? Self-grasping. Have you heard before self-grasping? Ego. Ego. Ego, right? Tenzin. Only ego says, oh, I need happiness, they no need. So we are full of ego, then ego is a very, very worse friend. Worse. Bad friend. Then ego gave us suffering. So Buddha showed these two, particularly two teachings, Mahayana and Vajrayana, he tried to purify ego. When we reduce ego and self-grasping, then happiness is always inside. For example, in the water, water becomes ice, and then the ice melt inside pure water. Similar, the inside of our mind has the, what is called? The happiness. Such a wonderful qualities are exist in our mind, but only ego, and then ego is like a king. He has some ministers. They are then angry, emotion, jealous, and so on. So then their activities, and then it's always become paradox. The paradox, maybe we can use the paradox. What we need is happy. What we need is happiness, but what we have is a suffering. That's where we try to get the happiness, but we follow suffering. So because the ego makes it. So always say I. Usually in the Buddhism, teaching of the Buddhism, Buddha Dharma, it says, since beginningless, we have ego. But if we hard to analyze beginningless, it doesn't matter. Since we were born in this world, since that time we have ego. We follow, till now we follow ego. Buddha, he did not follow the ego. Yogi Malarepa, he did not follow ego, and some of the masters did not follow the ego. For that reason, right now their mind is completely happiness. So that's where we need to reduce ego. Then how to reduce ego? We go to the, supermarket or Home Depot. We go to the Home Depot to buy hammer, and then we kick to the ego, or we go somewhere to buy some weapons, try to operate the ego. It's impossible. So best weapon to reduce ego is loving kindness. Okay? So this loving kindness is only in your mind. Right now I just tell you, oh, you have that. When you are stay there, that moment, you need to know, if I talking about good qualities, those things you have. That's where it is proof. You have that. You have these opportunities. That's where today we are together here. For the reason is for you understanding that. Oh, I already have them. I never know. So you need to think. Then today you know them. You recognize, oh, I have those things. So I want to activities with them. So that you have to know. So loving kindness. Then how to progress if loving kindness? Myself, actually, almost 3 years here. Uh, mm, yeah, almost 3 years. I tried to help to the practitioners who came here. Sometimes different groups, sometimes individual practitioners. Someone doing retreat for a long month and a few weeks and so on. So I always request to them every morning, wake up at the same time. Don't think, oh, today what I should do, what times it is. Don't think like that. In the middle of the night, you wake up, that that moment or so, this moment, you think bodhicitta, loving kindness. May all mother thinking beings how to say, happy. All mother thinking beings, happy, just good motivate. And then you go to the market and a different party or anywhere, you see lots of people. Each and every steps are for happiness. Sure, that definitely each and every steps are happiness. For me, from the where I live is called the Lama House. Lama House to here, each and every step is for happiness. I'm stay on this chair is for happiness, honestly. So you are same like that. So that's where everybody need their happiness. And then we go to the supermarket and the Safeway and the restaurants. We see the many people or some of few people. Sometimes we cannot say hello, hey, how are you? We have no time, or some cases we can't say. But internally, oh, may they will happy. Oh, may they be happy. May they be happy. May they be happy. Really, you do 1 day, 2 day, or 1 time, 2 time. Slowly, then you become familiar. That is the best meditation. Have you heard before? Meditate, of course. Sorry. So meditate means you have to familiarize. Familiarize. That is the best meditation. Otherwise, 1 hour or some 1 day or 2 day or 1 week, 2 weeks, we can sit, close the eyes. Those is everybody can do. But if we are not familiar, then today meditate, tomorrow activities with thoughts. Morning meditate, afternoon activities with thoughts. So now actually we have a meditation class. I'm not sure you have time to join there or not, but just in case, a little bit I tell you on the meditation. Meditation, actually the way of the system of meditation is you need to sit on the cushion and cross the leg or close eyes, sometimes open. There's different methods, and they have physical postures, 7 postures, and there are some rules and regulations. Those are rules. Those are just regulations. But the best way of meditation is when you eat, when you go bathroom, whether you how to say, flash, that moments. Also, you think on the little bit. You can mix all of these things in meditation. Through this way, then your mind will change, certainly, purely. So that's why then you are 24/7. You are meditator. Okay? If you are a meditator of the bodhicitta, then whenever, that's why I told you, when you go to Safeway, everybody running, that moment you just think, oh, may they be happy, may they be happy, really. If you watch television, whether this is politics or whether this is a natural disasters or whether they are some gamblings or whether they are some animals, always, always, may they be happy, may they be happy. Just you go through this way. Physically, you don't want to do like this and some particularly. So this is the best way to meditate. So all great meditators did like that. That's what they accomplished successfully. This is the during the meditation. If you are daily meditators, let you check. Usually, what I say, you try to do that. You don't want to respect to me particularly, but he says that like that. I will try, and you do try one time or two times, still doesn't work with you. That then you forget it. That is the value of Buddhism. Buddhism give you the way of the Buddhism give you freedom totally. That's where there are two different teachings. Inside the lots of branch of teachings. Why? Because different people had different habits, different kind of the suitable things, different comfortable things. Not always. Everybody not no need to do same thing. For example, you all have different colors of clothes. So that is we have a different how to say interesting. So you check what I say, and then after it works, then keep going. Oh, he said that, I did that, and then it worked well, then you keep going this way. Or he said that, I did that, but it doesn't work well, then you forget it. But you open another door. Our opportunities are, at least we have 5 opportunities. For example, today I teach to you the way of meditation with your eyes. The way of meditate by the way of your eyes, it does not work well with you, no problem, you meditate with ears. It still doesn't work well, then you do not work well with ears, then you will meditate with tongue, or breathe, or feeling. Only for meditation has kind of this. Still those things doesn't work well with you, forget them. Visualize. There are many kind of visualizations. This is in the Vajrayana, the teachings. Future, if we have more time, I will more introduce inside of the Vajrayana teaching. So this is the that's that part I stop there, and then I go later another way. Four Noble Truth. Actually, most of the who introduced Buddhism, they teach on the Four Noble Truth. Actually, I did last year here. So this Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth is the first teaching of Buddha, but it is including first stanza. So the Four Noble Truths are the cause of the suffering. You need to know suffering, and then you want to purify the cause of suffering, and then cessation, and then path. The cessation path. Cessation means actually you want to conquer those sufferings. And then you go by the path. So right now, Uh, it's similar. If you are, maybe I think this example is better. You did not learn Tibetan, yeah, but you maybe learn the, you already know English, and then maybe you learn the Spanish, right? Maybe you learn the Spanish. For me, I I learn English. I'm learning English still, but I did not learn Spanish. But if I learn Spanish, I have this ability in my mind. Why I don't have this ability? I have ability to learn the Tibetan language. That is my mother tongue. I already knows. Also, I have ability to learn English. Then why I don't have ability to learn the Spanish? Spanish, right? Spanish. So I have this ability, but I did not learn. Similar, similar. If we did not uh, receive paths of Buddha Dharma, then we just, this is, we did not do it. We did not try to get. Till now, still we do not try to get this path. Actually, there's 5 paths. But if we do this, we try to receive these 5 paths, we have these abilities. Do you understand the examples? For example, I did not try to learn Spanish. If I try to learn Spanish, I have these abilities. Similar, we did not try to receive paths of Buddhism. There's 5 paths. If we try to receive these paths, we have these abilities. So, if we receive these paths, then this is the path of the Buddha. So, if we practice, I already say change or something, it's not for momentarily little bit change and that's all. Not like this. If we do more practice on there, there's many paths, many, I don't know, you heard that before, bhumis, 10 bhumis, 5 paths, and then each path has lots of qualities, lots of benefits. There's a lot of, that's where then teachings are getting more and more explanation or commentaries. We have thousands of commentaries on there. This is one person have all of these, the abilities and all of these qualities. One person's mind has those. So that's where in brief, in order to we need to accomplish all of this path. First, we need bodhicitta. Bodhicitta means the loving kindness. So that's where till now here, many people, practitioners do like that. Practice on their momentally, at least 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes. If you do like that, then lots of times we say, oh, there's some ghost, there's some spirits, they make some bad things, or there's a day is, the astrologers, they say, oh, day is not good day sometimes, or stars are not something, oh, today is not time to marry, today is not time to do good things. Everybody have a lots of thoughts, it's kind of lots of superstitions. Those superstitions are, who can purify? Who maybe? Bodhicitta. Bodhicitta means the loving kindness. This is can purify all of these superstitions. Or some parts we still can say superstition is maybe due to the cultures, grow up by the culture, or it's someone kind of directly see some kind of a ghost is possible, but due to the bodhicitta, then they cannot do any destroy to your life. Otherwise, you $1 billion hold on your body, then the ghost, they're not afraid of your kind of those things. Or you're physically strong or physical whatever, they cannot they're not afraid of you. But you have bodhicitta in the mind, then all of negative things are like a darkness. And then bodhicitta is like a sunlight or power light. Then if we use power light and sunrise here, the darkness are naturally disappear. Where they are going, nobody know. Similar, all of obstacles are purified by this way. So this in the daily life, I wish you can practice on there. And I think then take some questions. It's better if you have questions. If you do not have questions, then briefly I will teach some another way a little bit. Anyone have questions? Any kind of questions, if I can't answer, you don't worry. Due to your questions, it's really help between yourself. Okay? Please.
So when I have a negative thought, how do I purify that?
Actually, you are so smart. You know you have negative thoughts. Many people don't know that, honestly. First, you know that is really wonderful. Many people are suffering, for example, but they don't know they are suffering. That's why Buddha say, first you want to know the suffering. So you know you have negative thoughts, then the best way to purify these negative thoughts is bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is also comes from mind. Negative thoughts is also comes from mind. So coming from mind, that's where the mind. If mind is like this, my finger, for example, the top of my finger, if I show this direction, that moment I lost this direction. I did not pound, right? Pound this part. I pound there, right? So you practice on the bodhicitta. That moment, your mind has no opportunity to take these negative thoughts. And then one day one time, first you think positive on the bodhicitta, and then 1 minute you think on the bodhicitta. After 1 minute, then again it's possible the negative thoughts come, but you do often, then slowly they have no opportunity. So that's where actually this is the best way. And then for you would use more methods, and then during the meditation, then you need to look these negative thoughts. You use the object of meditation, these thoughts. You use this object of use those negative thoughts are objects for use the object of meditation. That moments they have no ability to activities with you. For example, I am strongly angry. That moment I